Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how I made this wine coaster. It's a bottle coaster, and also for plants. That actually was a mistake. I put the potted plant in just to see how it would look, and it worked out. So really, truly, the size of your opening determines what you want to put in there, and it could be a soda bottle, a beer bottle, anything, whatever you want. All right, let's just get right to it. I knew from measuring a few bottles of wine that I needed the opening to be approximately 3.5. So that's what I did here, 3.5. And I had already decided on this design, which was a paw print that I had made for a different project. So it just worked out. It's a little too big, I knew that. So we're going to go ahead and make it smaller. And you're going to have to play around with that. That's something that your size will determine the next step. If you look here, you're going to see that the glass here, the wine glass, there's a lot more of them here than there are on the paws, and that's just because this is thinner. So again, you're going to determine that. So what I did next was, this is my design. I put it in the center. I move it up, and I go a little bit above that. I find the center, bring that down, so it says it's in the center. That's weird. I don't think so. Well, we'll see what happens. What you need to do now is determine how many of these you want to go around, and sometimes you have to play around with it. In this case, I opened up transformation. If you don't know how to do this, you open up your transformation, and right here, this is your angle of rotation. The way to determine that is a circle is 360 degrees. I know that I want 7 of these, so I divided 7 into 360, and I came up with 51.4, I think it was 42. And I'm going to make 6 copies because I've already got one. So you click on that, hit apply, and look at that. You get all your copies. And you just got to decide if your spacing is correct. And if it's not, you can make this smaller or larger. When this stands up, these will come a little bit closer together. But this is going to work. So next, what you're going to do is you don't need all these copies anymore. You only need the one. So we're just going to get rid of these. We're going to put that in the center. And we have to make the tabs. There's a top and a bottom right here. Okay, so what we do is take your rectangle and make a small square like that. I know that my thickness of the wood is 0.22, so I want 0.22, and I had made these a 1/2 inch. And again, you can decide on that depending on your size, your design, the whole bit. I put that in the center. I bring that down to the edge and just get it as close as you can. One of the things you can do that makes life a little bit easier is bring a line down, and you're bringing it down so that it's, I don't know if I can grab it. That's close enough there. I know I want this to be on that edge because I know from this point here to here is 0.22, and that's the depth I want. So after I do that, I can bring this up. Then I can go ahead and get rid of all these, and it's all connected, if you will. And for me, because I just always mess things up, I'm going to go ahead and group this now, so in case I move it. I'm going to repeat the exact same thing for the top, and I could have made a duplicate, but why do things the easy way, right? 0.22, that's that block, put it in the center, going to bring it on up. I'm going to go ahead and give myself that line again. Bring this down to that line. And you can see this design's off. I think on the other one I did correct that, but you can play around with all of that. Then we're going to get rid of all of this. We don't want that either. And I'm going to go ahead and group it again, just to be sure. And group that. And then I'm cutting everything out, so I want to make sure it's all hairline. I'll just go ahead and do that now. And if you're cutting by color, make sure you change it all to whatever color you need. So the next step, put that back in the center. We now have to decide how wide we want this lip right here. And I had done a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to edit, copy, paste, and I'm going to make it 4.5. That's going to give me a 1/2 inch all the way around. The next thing I'm going to do is now I have to make a slot for that to sit in. So it's just the same thing, a 1/2 inch by 0.22, and center that, and bring this up, put it into the center here, and you can measure that, you can eye it, or you can measure, you can go ahead and take your measuring tool, 0.12, 0.16, so I'm going to nudge that up. I have it on 0.01, nudge it up, 13, 15, 14, 14, that's centered, and you know, I don't think that little bit would have even mattered. I don't think you would have seen that. Go ahead and grab your block, move this center, no, not the block, you want the center, there you go, to the center, and you've already done all of this. You already know what your angle is. You already know how many copies. So hit apply. And there are your slots that this is now going to fit into. Really easy. I'm going to go ahead and group that. And make sure it's all a hairline. That would be the top. And the bottom you would want solid. So actually, go ahead and make a copy. Paste. Move it out of the way. And then I'm just going to get rid of this. I don't need this. Those lines. And there's your top and your bottom. Take your decoration, make a copy, and we need 7 of these, so you just make it until you had all your copies. And that's it. I did go ahead and I cut a piece of cork to go on the bottom. You might have something already down, or you go ahead and cut it. Something absorbent. If you're putting either the plant or the wine bottle in there, you do want something. If you don't want to cut this out, now's your chance to go ahead and you can etch. Just fill in your spaces and then get those out of the way. Whoops. Change your nudge. Let's do 1. Let's move this out of the way, make life easy. Get rid of all of that. Move it back. And what did I do? I didn't group it. Yeah, I did. That was weird, huh? Oh, there it is. So this is totally cut out. This is etched and cut out. So just decide how you want to do it. You know, if you're doing the wine bottle and it's for a special occasion, you can put somebody's name on it, or the event, or these could be squares and the same thing, or one could be a square with whatever information you needed on it. And that's it. How simple is that? This design with the dog paw and the wine glass is on my website. So if you don't want to try this, you just want one copy, go ahead. It's on there for sale. I do hope you will give this a try and learn. I mean, I learned just by doing this, by playing around and doing it. So I'm hoping this gives you a leg up and you'll give it a try. Thank you for taking the time to look. I really do appreciate it. If you could hit the like and the subscribe. I'm brand new to this, so it really would help. And please have a creative day. Thank you.